Okay, welcome to the rest of my life. I'm Lance Ash, heading to work on a rainy afternoon. Anyway, all right. First topic: my albums. I recently reviewed all of the. Okay, I've got basically 24 albums that I've done, 24 albums of recorded music. 15 of those are on CD, and the other 9 are only online. Alright, I recently went through all the CD ones, and I sort of picked through a couple of the ones online. They're on YouTube, like this on this channel. Alright. The first 2 CDs that I did were 2 sides of a cassette that I got this guy named Brad, who died last year, or year before last, to transfer over to CD for me. And they're okay for what they are. But things don't really get rolling until the third one, which was also a cassette to CD transfer, but it's really good. The next one was the fourth one was my first all digital, and it's really good. And then come 9 albums of crap. Each of those has at least 1 or 2 good songs on them, but for the most part they're crap. I was too committed to. I basically want to say aping Guided by Voices, in that the lyrics were just thrown out there. I don't know. But then, November of 2017, I had my emergency brain surgery. When I got out of the hospital, I felt a renewed sense of purpose. And the 2 albums I did when I got home from the hospital over those next couple of months are really good. I haven't listened to them in a long time, because the lyrics are really personal and cutting and emotionally heavy. Some of those songs are painful to listen to, but they're really good. And then the online stuff, a lot of it is crap too. But the album, one of the albums on this channel called Dream of Words and Pictures is really good. And I had thought, oh, well, it's, half and half. But pretty much all of it's really good. So anyway, that was a sort of a chore that I set myself to do. All right, next topic. I saw a video today on the rise and fall of Atari. And, oh Lord, when I was about 10 maybe, our family got the Pong game, the real cheap, simple Pong game. Everybody else had already had it for a year. I don't know who put it out, man. I know Pong was an Atari creation, but I don't know if this specific doohickey was an Atari product. But anyway, that was mesmerizing for about a week. And then everyone I knew got an Atari 2600. And I was really jealous. So I think it was the year the 5200 came out. I asked for one for Christmas. and I got it. And I got, I think, one extra game to go with it. It came with Breakout or whatever the hell it was. Anyway, my parents are notorious for, and I know I blame my parents for a lot of stuff, but they were in charge. So, you know, they were notorious for just sort of handing me something and assuming that I would read the instructions and put it together or assemble it or attach it to the television. Anyway, I didn't know that you were supposed to put the cartridge in and then turn the thing on. So after not many weeks of using the thing, it shorted out because there was arcing between the cartridge and the machine and burned it out and ruined it. I didn't know what was wrong with it. It just sort of stopped working. So I had them take it to somebody to see if they could get it fixed. And he said, oh, the whole thing's burned out on the inside. So that was that. And that pretty much, you know, all the other kids were getting into video games, handheld electronic games, and all this stuff. And I was just left out. And I've never been a game enthusiast. I remember when I moved out, when I left home in a huff, when I would have been 19. I moved in with a friend of mine, and he had Leisure Suit Larry and King's Quest. The really early versions, and we enjoyed playing those because it was more of a mystery game, sort of figure it out, instead of a lot of memorizing the controls and moving your hands really quickly. That never appealed to me. So anyway, that's my history of video games and pretty much why I don't care anything about them now. Seems to me a colossal waste of time and money. Alright, the third topic, I gotta look in the damn book to remember what it was. Hold on, I'm trying to drive with one hand. Drive with no hands, drive with my knees. Oh, okay, this is a good one. This is an anecdote from the past. Alright, one of the influences on George Lucas in creating Star Wars was a Japanese movie from the 50s called Hidden Fortress. And it takes place during the old samurai era, Warring Clans period, I think it's called. And the specific influence on Star Wars is that the emphasis of the story is on these two broken down poor guys who get caught up in the whole story, so that this epic panoply of samurai and swordplay and the princess and all this stuff is seen through their eyes. And the idea behind Star Wars was that the whole thing would be seen through or focused around the two droids. So that's pretty much the only link, okay? But anyway, so I was into watching old Japanese movies for a while. And I watched it, and I thought it was pretty good. So my parents were still together at the time, so I loaned them the movie, and I foolishly told them all of this. This movie was an influence on George Lucas in creating Star Wars, and blah, blah, blah. Okay? So I loaned them the movie. They have it for a couple of days. And then I get it back. And I asked my mother, well, what did you think of it? And she said, well, we thought it was pretty good, but, the whole time we're watching it, we're waiting for the spaceship to land. So, that's pretty much all you need to know. Form a judgment based on that. Oh, this whole business with Russia invading Ukraine is just... It's bothering me greatly. Why are you so bothered about it? It's not your country. It bothers me, okay? I think that we, the United States, that is, should have done more. Should be doing more. Should commit U.S. military forces to help out. And I don't give a shit if Vladimir Putin is threatening nuclear attack. I don't care. He's a gangster, thug. And he should be stood up to. And I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. At the very least, he's going to wind up with possession of the eastern half of Ukraine. The northeastern half. That's what's going to happen. Because there'll be no way to stop him. And the Western powers will back down. And we don't want to get into a fight over this. But what's probably going to happen is he's going to wind up with the whole thing. And it's a shame. This is a crime that's going on, and we're doing nothing about it. I'm shocked that Germany is going to send arms to help the Ukrainian people out, because ever since World War II, they've been reluctant to get involved in military matters because of the legacy of that war. But they're a world power now, at least financially, economically, and it's time for them to step up to the plate, to pitch in. Oh God, this whole thing is a sorry spectacle. And this whole thing, with the GOP politicians and GOP supporting television personalities trying to undermine Biden over this, trying to apologize for Putin over this, is ridiculous. It wouldn't matter to them. I mean, anything to make the incumbent Democrat look bad. Anything. They don't care. They want. There are no depths to which they won't stoop. Oh God, it's disgusting. was trying to think of some theoretical parallel. Some situation where it's clearly not a political matter. It's clearly a matter that everyone should be concerned with. But no, they will use it for political gain. Scientists could announce with 100% certainty that some calamity is about to befall us and the entire world is doomed. I mean, it's kind of like the Don't Look Up scenario, but apparently, I haven't seen the movie, but apparently it's not that good and it's not that hard-hitting. But, they could announce, we're doomed, we're fucked. In 30 days, we're all going to be dead. And the Republican Party and their billionaire buddies would spend the last few remaining days of existence trying to squeeze every penny they could out of the peons that they think are beneath them, and trying to own the libs. Sorry for such a rambling episode, but anyway. Something's rattling in here. I'm bringing a camera to work tonight because I'm hoping I can get some shots of what's the right word? Just sort of subjectively observed artwork created by random scratches and grime on the equipment. There's a phenomenon I've noticed, and I want to replicate it in my own work, where you'll have a piece of tape on a piece of equipment, and the tape comes off, but the adhesive remains, and over a period of time, grime adheres to it in these patterns. I'd love to be able to do that at home, but really flat metal surfaces are best for this, and I really don't have anything like that. I don't think plastic would work. I don't really. Maybe the backs of plates, like dining plates, would work, but I don't know. Maybe that's not a bad idea. Go to the thrift store and get some cheap old china. Oh, so if it's not too busy of a night, I can do that. By the way, I'm supposed to have next week off. I've put in for vacation for next week, and I don't know if they have the presence of mind to set the wheels in motion to approve the vacation or not. Theoretically, it should have been approved already, or approved by now, but the inner workings of the post office are slow and clumsy. So when I don't talk and there's dead air, you can be entertained by the wonderful road noise. Something rather soothing about it. There's an instrumental by the band High on Fire called Sons of Thunder, and I played it for my wife, sort of suspecting that she might like it because the drums are so tribal and they drive the whole piece, and she did like it. I was kind of surprised. I was hoping she'd like it. Tried to watch a live video of them playing it, and the sound quality was horrible. Alright, we're approaching the end of the show. Maybe next time I'll have some more cohesive structure. Alright, that's it. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.